my daughter has become 6 years now. When she was going to nursery, I never had to pay because they get 15 hours. Please just check. No, I was not in low income. I was well above 16,000.
Can we just quiet down a little bit? Mr. Chowdhury, address the question, please.
Okay. As I said that I have done the study, we have collected information, and yes.
Well, I've been the main sort of action group, sort of front person for the last 2 years, and nobody has liaised.
I'm talking about the free school place, nursery place. 2 to 5 years, they get 15 hours government funding.
Can I just ask for a show of hands? Even to be honest, do we actually want a nursery? No! Put your hands up. No. Or in favour of a nursery. Or against a nursery. Who wants this building to basically... Well, exactly, yeah. Do you want this centre to primarily serve the people of Sundon Park first and foremost? We are a community. We are an eclectic community. We are very tolerant of everybody who lives here, and we love all nations, colours, creeds, religions, sexuality, and everything. And we appreciate that, and we celebrate that. This is not about us being against that in any way or form, because I know you've been filming tonight, and I don't want it to come across that anybody here has been anti the establishment. That perhaps you feel that we are. We're not. Our main priority here today, well, this is the thing, I mean, obviously...
Over there, she's still filming. She's still filming at the back. I have seen at the back more people. So,
there has been
have they taken the permission?
No, okay, I understand that.
It's an open meeting.
Yes.
It's an open meeting, and I can't see any problem. Are you saying something that is racism?
No.
Something or...
No, we are not. No, we don't need to use those labels.
If you are not, if you are good people, then you should not be worried about that.
No.
And I'm saying again...
1 minute. Sorry?
Mr. Chowdhury.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Listen to me, yeah? To me, what community means, yeah, is inclusive of everyone. It doesn't mutually exclude anyone.
No.
Okay, so let's not go down religion or race or anything like that.
People you put on the back of your own proposal.
Exactly in the same way I think, the way you are thinking, that's why
background, you have an imam.
We have proposed like that. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have to say sorry that I can't give any more time.
Mr. Chowdhury. Mr. Chowdhury, I would like to...
Mr. Chowdhury, have you tried to purchase any other buildings in Luton and found protest against what it is that you'd like to do?
No, I'm not a millionaire and I'm not buying any other building in Luton.
But have you ever tried to buy another building?
No, it's the only one. It's the only one.
No, because we are hearing a lot of rumors. Did you try to buy the drill hall?
No, I didn't try. No.
Did you try to buy a building?
As I said, no other place. No, sorry,
okay.
no other place.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Is your last question, please? Yes.
Mr. Chowdhury.
I'd like to make a proposal to the...
Can I just... in a second. Excuse me, in a second. Right.
Yes.
Have you been recording what's gone on this evening? Yes or no? Yes. Can I ask you a simple question?
Can we have a coffee?
Right? Now, I was a social worker for 20 years. Now, there's a lot of people here, actually, they're all decent people. I'm absolutely amazed at the number of people that come out this evening. They've got very strong feelings. Now, as a social worker for 20 years, you should have asked these people permission to record. Now I'm asking you, this is because you're going to place that somewhere, or probably give that to people to try to influence what they're thinking.
Is it not
hold on a second. Listen, I'm not being aggressive. I'm not being aggressive in any way, shape or form. You should have asked permission. No, you haven't asked permission, have you?
Nobody asked asked about the
No,
recording. Other people are recording.
you haven't
We have
asked
done the same
permission.
thing.
But no one else has.
No,
I did.
You're the people presenting.
I did
No,
ask you.
is it not a double standard? That this lady is doing the
I think you should
recording.
ask permission.
Never asked. The people
Excuse
recorded
me,
from the back.
excuse me,
Never asked.
Mr. Chowdhury, excuse me. I did ask
me
this young man, and I only started a long time after the meeting.
You are coming into this community and trying to impose proposals that have not been discussed with this community, and you are trying to build, you're coming here trying to build links with this community, and you start off by tape recording people, which basically is going to get on everybody's nerves. End of.
In that case, I have to say that it's very little courtesy we have got, because the other people are doing the recording without permission, and it is a double standard. So you are actually supporting double standard from the beginning of the conversation with us, and we never expected something like this. We came here with a good heart, with a very honest plan that we will have the people. I can understand. I say. All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Chowdhury, you are used to people asking you questions. It's quite different from how
I have to tell you, on the way here, Mr. Chowdhury stopped me and asked me for directions. Mr. Chowdhury! Mr. Chowdhury!
We will continue the meeting if people are happy to stay for a few more minutes.
I'd like to make a proposal. Could I have order? While this gentleman's still here.
Terryana, here, do this one, it's much better. Here we go. Thank you, my love.
Thank you. I'd like to make a proposal, and I'd like to second the proposal and a vote on the proposal, that Mr. Chowdhury and his co-partners withdraw immediately their offer to Luton Council. Given the amount of hostility against the scheme, I think we should vote against it.
And I believe that is constructive hostility. One of the things I also wanted to ask Mr. Chowdhury, because I actually do have his proposal here, that he does say that there's going to be 100-seat capacity in this building for anti-extremism and anti-social behaviour seminars. Do we really need that? Really? We've got so many old people in social isolation in this community, and we have no services for them to come out to. So.
They're going to join the club.
Sorry?
They're going to join the club.
Does anybody else want? This is still an open meeting. We invited Mr. Chowdhury. We were happy he came. He gave his point of view. But obviously, our campaign today and how it stands today is we are trying our hardest to put an immediate injunction on this. And what we need today for this to be a constructive meeting is we need everybody to sign the petition that is in here. Everybody's name has got to go on that today, because the minutes of this meeting have been taken. They will be sent to Sean Timoney, who is the portfolio holder. In her infinite wisdom decided this was the best bid to go with. Hazel Simmons, who's head of the council, and Trevor Holden, who is the CEO of the council. They are all very well aware of the emotive issues around this building. I've pleaded with them in the council. I've made speeches basically saying how important this public asset is to us. So you need to prove that my words are true. Sign the petition, and also there are the names of Sean, Hazel and Trevor Holden floating about. No matter how you communicate them, make your views known, because we have a solicitor working on it at the moment to get an injunction. Mr. Gilbert at the back, who's saying about we need an impact assessment immediately. And basically, the more people, let's keep it friendly. You've all been very respectful to Mr. Chowdhury. He knows our views now. Yeah, would anybody else like to talk about some of the issues that they think this... 1 minute, Mark, you can be back in. Sorry, love you, Mark. I'm going to listen to a few of the people at the back. Here you go.
people invited to come to this meeting tonight. Go on.
Basically, I have been campaigning for nearly 2 years, and I can honestly say, and this is not being prejudiced, that I have had the littlest help and support from, and I'm sorry if you are here, Doris Hinckley, but you have not helped me in any real way or form. Sid Knight actually told me off in the chambers that basically a lot of councillors have helped with this campaign. I've not been able to see that. And basically a lot of the candidates are here. Kev Chapman's over there for the Conservatives. UKIP was obviously very interested in this issue. Luton's strategy is about empowering communities. This legislation about them releasing these assets, their corporate assets, into the community, part of this strategy is the community right to bid came in 2011. We were the first people to asset lock a building in Sundon Park. So we're the trailblazers here. Unfortunately, we've been picked to the post by Mr. Chowdhury and his bid. But this is not going to benefit this area in any way or form. We know the traffic is going to get worse. We know the businesses will close. It's not going to basically be the benefit of the majority of people living in this area. So we need to block it.
I've just met Mr. Chowdhury and his gang outside, and I asked them what they're going to do with the video that they filmed, and the younger lad has just told me he's going to laugh at us all on it when they're buying the property.
Well, that's typical, isn't it?
Okay, would anybody else like to speak?
Yeah, I will.
1 minute, please. One minute. I know we haven't done a petition tonight, but if anybody has got the internet, go on it and send an email individually to Timony, Asa Simmons. I'm Gilbert. I live in Sundon Park. I've got to be careful.
Okay.
Right.
He's the only guy who's been helping me, putting his head above the parapet. He was born and bred in Sundon Park, and he's seen massive changes.
No, I was born in Jamaica. I've lived in Sundon Park since 1972.
So how can we be racist?
I've brought up 3 children in Sundon Park, 3 grandchildren that I look after in my house, right? And a 4th one that we're looking after as well, and another one on the way. What I'm saying is that individual letters, email, sent in is a stronger thing rather as well as the petition.
Who do we send it to then?
Because there was a problem in Turnpike Drive where we got them to send individual letter, and it's very strong. It's on the internet. You can get all the information of Asa Simmons, Timony, the lot on the internet.
Can I just say, I've acquired this proposal from Mr. Chowdhury, and I don't know whether legally I'm allowed to let this circulate or not.
Well, if you've got it, it's
I
a public
acquired
thing.
it, I don't know where it came from.
Secret and confidential, and I have seen nothing to prove that.
You've seen nothing to prove
I
that, okay.
can't understand why we didn't get that.
That's right.
Why was none of us included in the bidding process? Why did none of us sit at a table?
There was more than one bid.
Why did Marsh Farm, apparently was it Mr. Chowdhury? I think Mr. Chowdhury sat at round the table with the people from Marsh Farm. It's definitely and they basically said, no, you're not going to benefit the people of Marsh Farm. So why is he going to benefit the people of Sundon Park?
We don't need a peri-peri chicken and a
Well, yeah, but if you read the expenditure on the back of his form, you know, from paying a total of 232,877 and 4 pence. And the reason being, the council said he was also more, what's the word? He was more attractive because he paid their fees and their legal fees and their solicitor.
Yes.
So, you know, obviously they had, I don't know.
That's a conflict of interest, isn't it?
And the expenditure on the back, you know, the after-school club is going to generate 12,500.
For whom?
Stationers, 9,000. He's got a proposed income of 134 in the first year, 176 in the second, and 231 in the third. If that's true, because I'm not a business person, that's a huge amount of money you're making off this building that apparently people with degrees at the Cultural Trust couldn't make the library work.
No.
They couldn't bring in other services, cut the library to only one side of the building, and bring in all these services we're asking that Mr. Chowdhury can apparently bring in, and make all this money. So basically, I feel as they're trying to just release their corporate assets, rake in as much money as you could, and basically so you can balance your books before the election.
Well, they always plan to do that. They always plan to sell it and
you cannot sell out Sundon Park. We have fought too long for this building.
Are we going to vote for these people next week?
Listen, I can also tell you as well that, you know, and this is no disrespect to him, but the Labour MP,
Kelvin Hopkins, he's completely
has also, in my true personal experience, been of very little support to me. Every time I go to him and ask him a question, he just literally bounces it back to central government. He hasn't wanted to get involved at all, and that's my personal experience with Kelvin. Even I only saw him yesterday and told him this meeting would happen, and these are the people that voted you in. You are the MP for North Luton, and yeah, where are you?
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
To be truthful, that he got that on tonight. We give him help tonight, and I agree with everything everybody says. But we should, as councillors up there, we should be giving them help as well as him. And why don't you go and council?
Oh my gosh,
I started fighting for this building nearly 2.5 years ago now, because I've got 2 young kids. And I've been, you know, in Sundon Park now for nearly 27 years, since I come down from Liverpool, and I've seen massive changes. And I really worry for the future generations of Sundon Park if this goes ahead.
And England.
Yeah. As a community, we need to basically work together to achieve this building and run it as a community centre. And for it to basically be what we all want it to be. We have our own perspectives, we have our own business plan, and we will circulate that. Because basically we've had the liaison with the community, we've asked people what they want, and we've ticked all those boxes. Unfortunately,
the council don't care.
Yeah, we couldn't get the funding when they wanted it, and they didn't even liaise with us. They went straight to Mr. Chowdhury's bid because he was offering the most money. End of. Oh, can I just say one other thing? Sorry to interrupt you, my darling. Can I just say, there are a few people here even from the shops, and I don't know if people know about legalities, but this building, and we've got the documents over there, was advertised as a leasehold only. 125-year lease. This put quite a few people off because they thought, well, yeah, I know 100 years is like a lifetime, but you still don't own the building. So Deborah offered 180,000 for it, for the lease. She wanted to keep about 50,000 to one side to renovate the building. Mr. Chowdhury paid 225 and 1 pence. And apparently he's got the freehold. Now I called Hazel Simmons and said, have you marketed that illegally? Because to the people that I know who were interested were all under the assumption it was a leasehold. And she said to me that I think fixed assets have mentioned that that's a kind of loophole, that basically 125 years equals a freehold. And I thought, well, the people in London who own a flat for 125 years, passed it down generations, is it then yours?
They have 999 years, didn't
yes,
they?
We are fighting the council for these answers to these questions, so the fight does go on, but please sign the petition, contact the council. Okay, do you want to speak? Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, if we start something like that, that's going to obviously wake the council up. We need to be doing this now to show the council. We need to be exposing what they've done. Yeah, how wonderful would that be, a cooperative? So do you want to speak and just explain what you mean?
Well, basically, the only way we're going to stop this is if we get an injunction within the next few days. And that means we're going to have to go to a solicitor, and with the solicitor fees you're talking £1,000, £2,000. So if there's loads of us here tonight, I'm sure we could raise that, or at least a good part of it.
I'm putting the first £100 right now.
Yeah. I'll match it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I own the model shop in Sundon Park, and I have in my hand all the emails you will require to email everybody. I will copy this and have these slips in the shop tomorrow if anybody would like to pick one up, so you can all email these people, and please do, because the more they get, the more pissed off they're going to be.
got some glasses coming round, so can everyone get your pens out, more the merrier. There's plenty